Hello everyone, welcome to Fix It Troy. Today we're going to talk about hail dents on automotive sheet metal or on cars and trucks. Earlier this spring we had a pretty bad hailstorm and every one of our vehicles got damaged. A couple of years back we had damage also to the vehicles, and I happened across a do-it-yourself kit on eBay, and I thought, well, it was 75 bucks or 100, whatever it was. Cheap little kit. I thought, what's the worst that happened? It doesn't work. So I bought it and tried it, and we used it on our 2015 Chevy just before we traded it in to get all the dings out of it, hoping to get the highest trade-in value we could. So it worked, and it worked awesome, and I regret not doing a video back then. So now we have an opportunity. Luckily we got hail. So lucky for all of you that get to see this, we got hail. Not lucky for us. Every one of our vehicles just got hammered. We had golf ball size hail, and I guess for some reason I wasn't stressing it. I had no intent in turning this into the insurance company. I figured when I get time we'll try this new little kit that you can get on eBay. I'm not going to advertise the kit, but I'm going to show you how it works. Basically over here on the table, this is a paintless repair kit, or paintless dent repair kit. When you get it, you get a hot glue gun. You get hot glue, you get a glue scraper to remove the glue after you've used it. You get a hammer, a plastic punch, and that's for if you should happen to over pull the dent, you can tap it back until it's flush. If it's a larger dent and you want to pull it by hand, they give you a puller for that. They give you a handful of these tools here. These are what you're actually gluing to the dent. A lot of different shapes for different types of dents and contours of the body, sizes of dents. I can't remember which ones came with it. I think all the plastic ones came with the kit. I upgraded to aluminum only because they're easier to clean. The plastic ones, I didn't think that they were all that easy to clean. So then you get the puller that actually lifts the tool off the body. We'll show you how all this works shortly. The only thing that doesn't come with it is anything for cleaning. You're going to want to use either wash the vehicle, or if you're just doing a spot area, glass cleaner followed by wax and grease remover. You want that surface clean so the glue adheres. So start with the glass cleaner. That removes the dirt and the grime, followed by the wax and grease remover. If you don't have wax and grease remover, you can use like lighter fluid or a light mineral spirits, something like that, anything that'll really cut through waxes, grease, tars, things like that. A solvent, a mineral-based solvent, I guess the term might be, but one that just says wax and grease remover is probably the best you can use. So I guess we could get started. Simple as that. We're going to start with, we'll just grab a couple of dents here. Maybe I'll show you what we've got for damage. We'll take the camera off the tripod now. Okay, it's hard to tell if you can actually see the dents in the camera until you're actually watching it on a larger screen. But there's one right in the middle of the hood. There are several of them. Now, if you're working in a shop where you have fluorescent lights, that's going to be the best because you have straight lines reflecting off of the panel or the hood of your car. And if you have a straight line, let's see if we can identify a dent there. Now, if you have a straight line reflecting off of it, you'll notice an imperfection in it when that straight line passes over a dent. So that's the easiest way to see the dent. When you're looking for dents on a vehicle, you never want to look straight down at them because you won't see them as well as if you look across the panel. So the first thing you'd probably want to do is identify where you have dents. You could put a piece of tape on them to mark them and just go around and label them all on the panel that you're working on. Then it's much easier to go back and find them. But once you've identified them, then it's just a matter of clean the area. Let's glue the pin units onto the panel, and then we'll use the puller to lift them up. So let's go ahead. We got a big one right here, front and center, easy to find. I'll pass the camera back to the camera woman. My wife is doing the recording today. So we're going to use a little wax and grease remover now that we've hit it with the glass cleaner. Wipe it down. Now when you're using wax and grease remover, you want to put it on wet, because what you're trying to do is get the waxes and greases to float to the surface, and then you'll wipe them off. I'm going to hit that one again because it dried before I got it there. So you want to wipe it off while it's wet, not while it's drying, or you'll never really get the greases off of it. There. So we've got that one good and clean. We should be able to adhere virtually anything on there. Let me start with a small pin. What we've done on that, I don't know if you can see it. So we've put a dab of glue on there while it's still hot. We're going to stick it right in the center of the dent. We're going to let that cool just a brief second, not too long. We're just going to slide this tool right up here. Like I say, this is a dent lifter. You're going to want to put this, a dent always has a crown. That's the outside ring around the dent. So slide these in so those are providing support on the crown. Then we're just going to squeeze it, pull it, till it pops. We got most of that dent out. It didn't come out fully, so we'll go ahead. We're going to remove this glue. That's the fun part, is getting this glue off. Here's another neat trick. Once you get the bulk of it off, come back with your wax and grease remover, or possibly a stronger solvent, and I guess this is why they give you this little scraper tool. The other thing I learned while doing this in the spring and the fall when it's cooler outside, seems to work a little better. When you do it when it's hot out, the glue doesn't roll off the paint finish quite as well. Can't answer why. It's just the way it is. Let's try a little solvent on that to free that up. You may want to grow your fingernails before you start this project. They're the best tool I own. There. That just walks it right off of there. So I would say at this point, we got the dent 70% out. So it's mostly out. So now we're going to identify the deepest part. We're going to put another pin dead center of that deepest part, and we'll do it again until we get it out. This time, I'm not going to put as big of a dot on the unit, so I can be more precise on getting right in the center of that dent. Let it cool for a minute. Actually, I think while we're letting it cool, let's see if I've got another small pin. We'll put another one somewhere else. All right, that one's probably cooled enough now. Let's come at it from a little different angle. Give it a pull. It brought it up a little more. A lot of times on these little dents, you can get it first pull, and other times you got to come back at it again. Might even try letting it cool a little longer, so it's got a more solid bond. It's bonding well to the truck, it's not bonding to the tool. Okay, so it's getting much better. It's getting to where most people wouldn't notice it. I still do. That'll bug me until it is fixed. So let's, actually while we're at it, let's move over to this one here. That's a really small one. It might be hard to see on camera, but that's kind of the way hail is. Well, that one didn't even stick. Okay, well, let's try this again. That one pulled up quite a bit. Let's see how well this one comes out. This one may have stretched the metal too far. Well, we might have got it that time. Most of it. Looks like we almost have to tap some of it down. So let's go ahead and remove the adhesive and take another look at it. I just used a razor blade to remove the adhesive. Just be really careful if you choose to use a razor blade because you could actually scratch the paint. I kept it above the painted surface and basically cut the adhesive off. Alright, so we got this dent now to what I'd call a 90% correct. You can see, looks like we have an ever so slight high here, but we still have a little low right there. We're going to go back in and try to get that up even further. So when we first started, we were the size of a $50, and we've got it down to about a pea size, right in the middle right there. And that's pretty good. We'll keep trying on that one, and I can see we have some highs. I might even try to tap those down first. So the back side came up a little high. Okay, now let's glue another pin on there and see if we can lift that up. I did switch to a different pin. The aluminum ones weren't holding all that well. Press and hold, let it cool. And while we're doing that, I'm going to glue another one on another dent. This is the one we tried earlier, and it got some of it out. Still has a way to go. This one, when the hail hit here, it made a very small dent here. It actually crowned to where it actually put a crease right here. So we might be able to tippy tap that down once we get all of this raised back up again. It also has a crease right here, and some of this could even be from closing the hood and the hand pressure on it. Vehicles nowadays are pretty thin and don't tolerate that as much as they used to. Alright, so a lot of this crown came down, and I'm tapping it with the soft side of this cheesy little hammer they give you. Actually works pretty well, but what you're trying to do is just, the tippy taps cause a vibration that don't put a dent in. All you're just trying to do is upset the molecules of the metal, and it'll work back. Metal has an amazing memory. The whole key to it is just don't get aggressive. Don't ask too much out of it too soon. Take a little time. Alright, so we got a lot of that crown down. This crown is mostly gone. We're going to pull this dent, and there's another one right here that goes with it. And I think once we get that one up, it'll help lighten up on this crown here. So, let's give it a try. Yeah, lost my razor blade. There it is. Alright, so now what do we want to use on that? We're going to come back at that same dent again, but I think first we're going to pull up this long dents here. I'm not even sure if the camera can pick up some of this. Biggest thing, like I said a little bit ago, don't ask too much out of dent repair too soon. Don't be afraid to take a little bit of time. I think any body man can attest to patience is the key to body work. This is a very fast system compared to if you were to, let's say, sand or grind and fill this, and now you could be into hours per section. So this is really simple, so just be able to apply some time to it if you want the results that you're looking for. And don't practice on your hood. Find like a door ding on the side of your car, something that's not so visible. The hood is kind of like the showpiece of the vehicle. I'm not afraid to attack a hood. I've been a body man for many years. But practice somewhere else. Practice on the roof if it's a truck and no one will see it. But one way or another, this system works great. Let the glue adhere and cool. Make sure everything's clean. And again, it's going to take more than once. On larger dents, the small ones like the one we did over there, what do we have, one, maybe two attempts into it, and it worked out great. Pulled the dent out, you don't even know it's there. I'll keep working on this evening, but this just showed you the basics of how to use this hot glue dent pulling system. Works awesome. We've used it on many, many dents. You learn something new every time you do it. I guess that's all I can say. And patience. Have patience when you're repairing your vehicle if you want the results that you're looking for, or the results I would expect. There you have it. Not much more to say on this other than please subscribe, and thanks for watching.